On February 19, 2011, an experienced and enthusiastic cave diver got stuck in Australia's harsh Tank Cave. She was alone in the dark depths, her oxygen running low, and the cave walls appeared to be closing in on her. Time was her enemy. Rescue was impossible. The terrible real-life destiny of Agnes Milowka, a skilled diver who pushed the boundaries of exploration, is the subject of this story. It is not a horror tale. Were her last moments the result of a poorly thought-out risk, or was this just another terribly mishandled dive? Let's inquire. Let us begin at the outset. Born on December 23, 1981, Agnes Milowka is a native of Australia. From the early days, she was keen on adventure and always inquisitive about what was not known. Eventually, this passion took her to the world of diving, where she would venture and explore places no one else had ever explored. By the time she was an adult, she was a respected underwater explorer, cave diver, and even a movie stunt double. Agnes was a highly qualified diver with certifications such as PADI Open Water, Advanced Open Water, and Rescue, CDAA Advanced Cave, TDI Advanced Trimix, and many more. She didn't settle for the commonplace, though. Despite her outstanding accomplishments, she kept returning to the depths because of the excitement of finding secret tunnels and the attraction of the uncharted, until the water would not let her leave a tragic day in 2011. Tank Cave, a cave diving sanctuary near Mount Gambier, South Australia, is more than simply another underwater tube. The cave is rather shallow, having a maximum depth of approximately 65 feet. 20 meters. Its water is incredibly clean, and you may dive through it with complete transparency and little to no obstruction. Tank Cave is one of the longest underwater caverns in Australia. This cave system is well known for its labyrinthine corridors, with each turn leading to a more intricate sequence of tunnels. It stretches over 10 kilometers, making it one of the most difficult and dangerous underwater mazes in the world. The twisting tunnels are small, frequently just wide enough for a diver to pass through, making even minor mistakes potentially fatal. There's no room for error in Tank Cave. A diver's survival may depend on their ability to traverse confined areas in unpredictable surroundings. The darkness heightens the danger, making each descent into this tunnel a high-risk endeavor. Milowka, on the other hand, found that taking risks fueled her passion. As a talented and experienced diver, she had spent years exploring some of the world's most dangerous underwater caves. She had mastered the art of navigating through narrow, unexplored channels, depending on her preparation and intimate knowledge of the cave's peculiarities. Tank Cave's tortuous labyrinth beckoned to her, promising both the pleasure of new territory and the task of understanding its complexities. She was confident that no other diver could traverse it quite like she could. Her confidence sprang not only from her abilities, but also from her firm trust in her capacity to overcome the perils hiding beneath the surface. Even the most experienced diver can be taken off guard by the cave's erratic nature. She started what should have been a regular dive in Tank Cave on February 19, 2011. It was intended to be just another day in the life of a professional diver, another exciting exploration. However, something went horribly wrong this time. Milowka maintained her composure as she made her way farther into Tank Cave's complex maze, her years of knowledge helping her navigate the narrow, winding passageways. The water's quiet was misleading because a single mistake may cause silt to form, which would make visibility almost impossible. Still, she pushed forward, breathing steadily and with a focused mind. Then, however, she came to a very little passage. She felt as though the walls were closing in on her, leaving very little room for her to pass through. Maybe she made a mistake on a curve, or perhaps something unexpected got in her way. In any case, she was immediately confined. She may have panicked as she attempted to turn around, but there wasn't much space to do so. She became much more confused as each movement agitated the sediment. With every second that went by, her oxygen lifeline reduced. She tried desperately to break free, but the cave's unforgiving walls and darkness made her effort an impossible one. After losing contact with her diving partner, Milowka's position rapidly deteriorated. She was trapped in Tank Cave's winding labyrinth and had to make her way through it alone. The once exciting excursion now felt like an unavoidable trap because she had little oxygen left in her tank and was surrounded by darkness. She used to be able to go through the tight tunnels with ease, but now they were her prison. She had nowhere to go because of the lack of time, space, and visibility. An emergency rescue operation was started as soon as Agnes Milowka's disappearance was identified. Every second mattered, and the sense of urgency was evident. However, Tank Cave was not like any other. It was a complex network of underwater passageways where even the most experienced divers may become completely lost. Notwithstanding the perilous routes and oppressive darkness, the rescuers persisted despite their knowledge of the perils. Cave diving provided no such luxury. In contrast to open water diving, where heading to the surface is always an option, if things went wrong, there was no easy way out. Only a long, deliberate trip back along the same winding, strange roads. Knowing that one false move may send them further down the abyss, the divers had to be extremely careful as they navigated the dangerous terrain. As time passed, hope also faded. Movement was restricted by the small tunnels, which made progress laborious and slow. The cave became an impenetrable void as silt and debris covered the water, making the already poor visibility worse. Calling her name in vain, the searchers pushed ahead, their voices lost in the deep hush. They eventually located her after what seemed like a lifetime. She was frozen in place, deep in the cave, in the world she had spent her life discovering. She had struggled to stay alive, but the labyrinth had ultimately taken her, and the weight of the situation was too much to bear. Her ultimate burial place was the same one that had brought her so much delight, permanently linking her name with the mysteries of the deep. The body of Milowka was discovered in one of the cave's harshest areas, a cramped, narrow passageway with limited space for movement. She seemed to have lost her bearings, perhaps confined to a narrow passageway where each step agitated silt, making it nearly impossible to see. She probably tried desperately to find her way back as fear set in and her oxygen supply diminished. But there was no obvious way out of Tank Cave's labyrinthine passageways. She'd sadly fell victim to the very depths she had spent her life researching because she had no fresh air to breathe and no margin for error. The diving community was devastated by Agnes Milowka's death. She paved the way for upcoming cave explorers and was more than just a diver. Her untimely demise serves as a reminder that no amount of knowledge or experience can completely eliminate the risks associated with cave diving. Extreme accuracy, careful preparation, and a thorough awareness of the surroundings are necessary for this activity. Despite being tragic, Milowka's passing serves as a crucial reminder that even the most experienced divers can be killed by the supposedly beautiful but dangerous environment beneath the water's surface. Although her legacy endures, her passing brings attention to the risks associated with the activity. A single error might be the difference between life and death in the harsh depths of a cave. You may be doomed with only one false move, a moment of confusion, or run out of air. An expedition that starts out as thrilling might swiftly turn into a cramped tomb from which there's no escape. Since then, her story's been told in diving communities all over the world as a monument to her spirit of adventure as well as a warning. She pushed the boundaries of what was conceivable all the way to the end because she lived for exploration and discovery. Was there a fatal disaster waiting in the depths, or was Agnes Milowka's last dive a needless risk? One thing is certain though, regardless of the response, her contributions to cave diving and her fearless spirit will always be remembered. Her memory continues to motivate intrepid travelers to trek into uncharted territory. The tale of Agnes Milowka serves as a chilling reminder of the dangers that adventurers face when seeking the unknown. How do you feel about her sad destiny? Tell us in the comments section. For more tales of exploration, peril, and the secrets that lie underneath, don't forget to like and subscribe.